I gave a little chuckle as I shut off the opening of a random YouTube video I'd been half watching. It struck me how easy it is for people to fall into routines, same phrases, same rhythms, even when speaking into a camera. But I wasn't in the mood to watch videos that night. I wanted to share a story. One that has quietly lingered with me long after it happened. It all began at a neighborhood gathering, the kind you don't think much about. The kind where conversations are light and predictable, full of weather updates, kids' accomplishments, and the same jokes you've heard for years. It was a warm Saturday in late summer, and the street was buzzing. Barbecues smoked in driveways, folding chairs dotted the yards, and strings of lights blinked softly as the sun dipped lower. It wasn't loud, just alive with the easy hum of familiarity. I was standing off to the side, cradling a glass of lemonade and half listening to someone talk about their new kitchen backsplash, when I noticed him. His name was Mason. He grew up in the house 3 doors down. I remembered him as the quiet kid who rarely spoke unless spoken to, the one who always had his hands in his pockets at block parties. But that night, something was different. Mason was leaning against the backyard fence with 2 friends his age, a faint smile tugging at his lips as they laughed about something I couldn't hear. The glow of the setting sun cut across his face, highlighting the sharper edges that hadn't been there before. His dad, Greg, was at the grill cracking jokes and booming instructions, but Mason had a more understated presence, steady, composed. I caught myself watching him more than once. And I wasn't the only one. A couple of other neighbors my age, people I'd known for decades, glanced his way too, that same quiet question in their expression. When did Mason grow up? I'm 53, married for over 25 years, with 2 adult kids living in other cities. It had been a long time since I'd really looked at a man and felt my pulse skip. Yet there I was, unsettled by the way his gaze brushed mine briefly across the crowd. Later, as the sun gave way to night and more people trickled indoors, I found myself near the kitchen counter refilling my drink. Mason stepped through the doorway not long after, and I felt him before I saw him. He walked over slowly, intentional. "Hi, Mrs. Lawson," he said. His voice was deeper now, more grounded, and for a moment I couldn't think of a response. "Hi, Mason," I said finally, trying to sound casual. "Want me to grab you a drink?" he asked. "I'm fine," I replied, though part of me wanted to say yes just to stay in his orbit a bit longer. We stood there for a beat, surrounded by the background murmur of conversation, but somehow it felt like the rest of the world had faded away. "I always thought you were really interesting," he said suddenly. It wasn't flirty. It wasn't even playful. It felt earnest, and it landed in a part of me I'd long forgotten. "Thank you," I managed, my voice softer than I intended. As the night wore on and the crowd began to thin, I stayed behind to help clean up. Mason lingered in the corner of the kitchen, hands in his pockets. "I wanted to talk to you," he said quietly. "About what?" He hesitated. "I've changed a lot these past few years. I don't feel like the same person anymore." I nodded. That much was clear to everyone. "There's more," he added, his voice even lower now. "Something I've wanted to tell you for a long time." I braced myself. "I've been attracted to you for years," he said. The room felt suddenly weightless. My breath caught, and for a moment I couldn't hear the soft music or the clinking of glasses in the next room. It was just his words echoing in my head. I didn't answer right away. Mason didn't push. He simply looked at me, his eyes steady, waiting. It didn't feel like a game. It didn't feel like the crush of a younger man chasing something forbidden. It felt real, unvarnished. I don't know what to say," I whispered at last. You don't have to say anything, he said gently. I just needed you to know. And something inside me shifted. It wasn't about Mason, not entirely. It was about a part of myself that I had let go quiet years ago, the part that craved connection, that longed to be noticed, that wanted to be seen. When the evening wound down, I walked him out to his car. The stars were scattered faintly across the sky, and the air had cooled enough for me to wrap my arms around myself. I don't expect anything from you, Mason said as he opened the driver's side door. I just wanted you to understand how I feel. I nodded slowly. Thank you for telling me. We didn't hug. We didn't even touch. But as I stood in the driveway watching his taillights disappear into the night, I realized the party had never been about potato salad and small talk. It had been about something quieter. Something deeper. A question I hadn't dared to ask myself in a very long time. What if there's still more life waiting for me?